Shit. It's gonna be one of those nights.
Excellent.
Hopefully.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, it's been like almost a week and a half. We played Wednesday last week. I don't.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
last thing that happened was sword testing, right?
Oh yeah. Dumbface is doing a
But
lot of
it
that.
wasn't,
Oh, I was doing it too.
Yeah, and it wasn't
you were
every
there. I
test
was.
you were looking to run. There was still some more testing to be done.
I think we still have the opposite elements to do.
Well, you're gonna have to fill me in because I barely remember it.
Yeah, I'll summarize it.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
Guys, doing time. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Guild of Brockheart, brought to you by AED&D. You're here with Bork17, Donny Danger, Nervous Blurgan, and the Man Bear, who is the one having to sneeze the best right now. I'm in my new house. So if it sounds a little different or it looks a little different,
new house.
I don't have stuff up on the walls yet, so it might be a little echoey. New dwelling problems. Actually, I do have one thing on the wall, and that's the calendar that I have not filled in yet. But anyways, yeah, I think we're on episode 26.
You've been going for a long run this time.
Oh yeah,
26.
Marathoning.
I have plenty more in the brain, in the old noggin. I was hoping Donnie would actually give me more, or Gail would give me more when he was talking about the different quests that he had to do.
Let me know when I have liberty to make shit up ahead of time. Usually when I do that, I'm stopped pretty quick. So
he's also not a fly by the seat of the pants kind of guy. You got to give him a moment to plan, man.
Yeah. I should have given him like 2 days to plan. Well, I mean, there's plenty walkway or plenty traveling left to do to get back to Brockheart. So, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anywho, yeah. Make sure to like, subscribe, rate, review, comment, all that good stuff. The Man Bear would love to see it. Also,
I should give a comment on that.
Email.
If you are one of our 2 or 3 people who are actually listening to this whole series, I would appreciate it if you could jump on YouTube, leave a comment in any of our videos. It doesn't really matter which one, and give a shout out, especially our follower from Germany, and I think we have one in Ohio or something like that who's downloaded all our episodes. You've been with us from the beginning. Give us a shout out. Let us know who you are and what you like about us.
Yeah, that's some pretty good words. On that, I might as well just jump right in. You guys have any final things before we get started?
Nope.
All right. Last time on the Guild of Brockheart, our adventurers fought off the trolls on the resting plateau, we'll call it. And they decided to set up, guard schedule before making their path to Quodeth the next day. Excuse me. So since Gnomeface slept most of the day prior, he was on watch first. He went through, had a uneventful night, woke up the next people, which consisted of Knight and
me.
Gale. Yeah, I was thinking you, and then I said Knight. Gale and a Knight, and Gnomeface had a proposition for Gale. What they were going to do is Gnomeface wanted to test out his elemental swords, and since Gale could change elements of his body, he thought it'd be a good opportunity to see what happened with the mixing of elements. And so yeah, that went on for quite a while, and I believe that's what you were doing when we stopped, and you still had more to do. I think Sven is the last one in the rotation to watch, and then headed off to Quodeth in the morning. Is that it?
That's about right to me.
I don't remember how much more time we have left in Donnie's watch or Gail's watch. I know he was also concerned about getting the proper rest to get his MP back. So I only have as much time as he has left in his watch to finish up my training before he's going to want to sleep. And I don't know anybody else who can turn into elements.
Well, if we're considering each round of combat being roughly 6 seconds, we haven't really been up that long.
You got to remember, we didn't really do it combat mode. We just kind of explained what we were doing and talked about it. If you think about it, I've taken several swings at you with 3 different elements. That's in terms of combat, it's probably 20 or 30 turns.
All right. Yeah, I do want to stay rested for tomorrow. That's where I draw the line because mission comes first. I am a knight. But as much as I love leveling up my skills, they're hard to level up. Duty first. So
That better not
however
be a
long the
dig at
duties
me.
take. What?
That better not be a dig at me.
Not yet. So however long the DM dictates that we can keep doing this while I still get a full night's rest, we can keep going.
I mean,
Well-
20 or 30 rounds is what, 2 or 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's still not that
Yeah.
much.
I was thinking probably like 5 minutes for each of your elements. Every time you, because if you think about it, you're doing a swipe or 2, and then you're
Mhm.
increasing the intensity, doing another swipe or 2. I would think like all your, depending upon how your zero mark and your max mark is, probably 5 to 10 minutes per element.
Okay. So we're saying it's been about
Half hour.
30-ish minutes.
Yeah, half an hour sounds about
So
right.
about half of your watch.
All right.
It's 2-hour watches.
Is it 2-hour watches?
Yeah, we're doing longer watches because we got a bigger group and you did a 1-man shift.
Oh, okay.
And we're resting for long rest. So
Yeah.
Essentially,
Okay,
probably
well-
like with the talking about it and describing it, it's been about 45 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I switch back to my water blade. I looked at Donnie and I go, okay, now we're going to try opposite. We're going to see how my swords react to your fire. My water reacts to your fire, my fire to your water, and my earth to your air.
okay, pop an element and I'll respond.
All right, pull out my water sword.
And
Again,
I,
I'm not going too gimmicky with how I play the sword. I'm just checking element versus element, so I keep it in its sword form, rapier form, just to see how it reacts. And so I come up and once he's all flaming,
can I activate
I
fist and skin?
I don't know. That's the DM.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do fist and skin.
Okay.
Do you need
Once
the
he's all
fist?
flaming, I walk up and I tell him, you can block with your hands and stuff, but don't try to dodge. I want to see how it affects your elemental body. And then I get in an on guard pose and I start going after him, going for joints like I normally do. It's just because it's habit and it's good to practice my sword routine. And I start kind of like stabbing him in the elbows and the knees and whatever he doesn't block, go for his chest. And same as last time, as I watch it, I want to increase the intensity. So with water, I was thinking it's kind of a denseness, but I explained it last time as how you have some water that's heavier than other water, kind of like the ocean inside the ocean.
It's literally the
that's kind of what I'm
definition
in.
of density.
Okay, cool. I'm not that smart.
High pressure.
I'm also thinking like at a certain point you go from was it H2O to with the H's being H1s to like where it goes a molecular value of where, because hydrogen can have a maximum of 3 neutrons. So like I'm thinking as you 2 or 3, because like that's what they use in nuclear reactors. It's called like heavy water or something like that, or heavy. So like, or no, it's 2.
Deuterium oxide, that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
I've heard of heavy water, but again, not that smart, so I only kind of 50-50 know what you're talking about. But yeah, that's essentially what I'm doing. Jesus, how many emails am I getting?
Okay, You aiming for the knees and elbows works because I don't wear armor, and those are the only things I have to block with. So
Fine with me. But yeah, Jesus fuck. I got
Would
like
tritium
16
oxide do
emails.
radiant damage?
what?
Wait, what?
Would
Yeah, what?
tritium oxide do radiant damage?
I don't think that's in the elemental chart.
Oh, sure it is. So
Oh,
you
radiant.
got
I
your
think you're right.
H1, which is protium, H2, which is deuterium, and then H3, which is tritium.
Yeah, so it's two
Yeah, one
neutrons.
proton, two
Did,
neutrons, and
did
it
you know
doesn't
this
like
offhand,
existing.
or are you looking at a cheat sheet on the internet right now?
You're asking me if I'm talking about radioactive isotopes of hydrogen off of a cheat sheet? I'm
I
insulted.
believe it's all in his head, knowing him.
I honestly don't know.
No, I could verify those are the right words. I just couldn't think of them myself, or I didn't give myself time. All right.
Way
But
to make me
also,
feel even more dumb.
okay. Also, how many times are you gonna stab him?
Well, it's like I want to do like 1-2 increase pressure, 1-2 increase pressure, kind of thing.
Are you
So
your water? He's fire, or are
Yep.
you
I'm
doing
fire.
this?
water is fire.
So you're doing the strength to his whatever he is.
Yeah,
All right. I mean, you're
yeah. I'm
rolling for
doing
this one.
opposites right now.
You got to roll for this.
Okay.
So, I'd say for what this 5 minutes. Wait, did we say 5
Sure.
or 10 minutes?
5 to 10 is what you said. I would go the full 10 to be honest, just because I do want to. I am very curious on how the opposite attract, how not attract, how the opposites affect each other. So
Do you
I would say
want
go the
me to
full
do
10 if I
water
can.
next?
Yeah, you'll do water next
All right.
because I'll go fire next.
All right. Well, in that case, roll 10 d20s with your modifiers for your rapier attacks.
Do I roll anything?
No, you're the one receiving it.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Well, while you're rolling, I just had a crazy thought. What if you suddenly depressurize them while they were purest with your weapon? Would that cause an internal explosion?
That's interesting. For my modifiers, I am using the water blade, but I'm using it in rapier form. Does that mean I get my rapier bonus or just the water blade bonus?
You get your rapier bonus,
Okay, so it's +4.
which is why that blade was unique, is because whatever like style it is, you use that bonus for.
I accidentally pushed enter instead of plus, so it's a 23, a nat 1, an unnatural 20, a 16, a 16, 17, a 22, a 13, a nat 20, and another nat 1.
Sorry, why am I making you roll d20s?
I don't know.
He's accepting it, so I meant to roll your 10 what d6s for your damage.
Oh, that's what you were angling at.
Dad.
Okay.
Hold on, buddy.
Don't include that double for the net 20. You don't have to.
Okay. So this is agility based because there's a rapier, so it's +4. Okay, so 10, 8, 7, 10, 10,
78.
5, 10. Huh? Did you say wait?
I said 78.
Oh, yeah. I was just giving the regular numbers. You know, entertaining the people. Trying to
That's fair.
entertain the people.
You could have kept going. I was talking to myself, honestly.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know where I left off. I think I left off at a 10. 6, 9, and another 5.
Dad.
Hmm?
So what does holiday
So-
creator features end up coming?
So, like, after every second one, I would put more mana in it to increase the density of the water.
Dad.
Hmm.
What does holiday creator and upcoming
How's it going,
creator
Gale?
features?
I don't think I like this.
I mean, how far does it get before you starts getting the heavier oxygen isotopes?
We'll see.
I think this was a bad idea.
I mean, I will give you. I'm not gonna make him like just flat out roll and you die because you get 10. Like you will have a chance to like call it ixnay when you're half health or something.
Okay.
All
By the
right.
time I feel like I'm at 50 health or lower, I'm like, hey, whoa, hey, I'm dodging now. Hey, no, stop swinging.
Okay. Well, we can figure it out. Okay, so this is
when he gets like that, I when he gets.
actually this is how you're gonna roll the damage for the fire or the water. So initially, this element is D4, right?
Mhm.
So I'll say roll 2d4 because you every other or every after 2 you're increasing. So initially 2d4, and then 2d6, and then 2 um 4d4, 4d6. I'm trying to think of how you increase the modifier. So a minimum of 1, a minimum of 2, a minimum of 3. So I guess you could do 3d4 and then 3d6. No, that's not right. That should have been 6 of each.
That would be 5 right there. Yeah. The 3d4 would have been 5.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay. Yeah, 3d4, 3d4. And that would be your 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to roll one more 3d4.
Oh, one more. So for those out there in internet land, I got a 4 for my first 2d4, 6 for my first 2d6. Wow, that was weird. 13 for my first 4d4, 14 for my first 4d6, and then a 6 and an 8 for my 3d4.
Yeah.
So essentially, if Donnie Danger were to stand there and take all this in the face, he'd probably die.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll get there. Okay, so yeah, Gail, I hope you're ready to start doing some math.
Oh, I'm never ready for math, but let's go.
I meant just like put your however much you have in there, and then you're gonna start subtracting it. And we'll count it down together.
I got
I think I see 80 right now.
140 HP.
Wait, how do you have 140?
Oh, are we talking about after that fight with the trolls? Oh,
Yeah,
right. I didn't get
'cause
my rest yet.
you
Oh,
haven't
I was looking at my
officially
character
had the
sheet.
long
Oh, I
rest.
thought you were improving.
No, I was looking at
Like
my
now we're
character.
doing jazz D&D. We're just
No,
noodling here.
no. Yeah, I still got my damage from that.
Spirit fingers.
80 health.
All right, we'll do groups of 2, because like I'm assuming he's gonna go type of thing, like wrapping it up and gives it a little space. So initially, you're gonna take, what was that? 8 plus 4 doubled. So 8 plus 8, so 16 damage after the first 2.
Okay, 16 from 2 hits.
And then the second 2 are what? Sorry, forgot to add the extra 8 on top of that. So that's 24 for the first 2.
Oh, 24 from the first 2. Is this
Yeah.
after doubling?
Yeah, I forgot his damage modifier. Yeah.
All right.
All right, so with the first 2, that's 24, and then the second 2 are 3 and a 6, so 9 plus the plus 4 is 17, base plus 12. water damage. So 17 piercing damage, 12 water damage.
Plus 12, and that 12 gets doubled.
No, that is with the
24.
double.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I take 29 from those second 2 hits. Yeah, this is about where I'm like, hey, stop. Whoa. I've already taken like more than my half remaining health that I got out of bed with.
My findings are as follows. Getting stabbed hurts.
Oh, I think we're getting somewhere, Gnome Face.
Stop. We're getting somewhere, but stop.
Yeah. I'm coming to a conclusion. This was a horrible idea, and I shouldn't have gone with it. Lessons have been
Well,
learned today.
I obviously I want Donnie's or Gail's input, so I'm gonna listen to what he says. But at the same point, DM, what do I notice as I increase the mana to my blade? Is it just hitting harder, or do I notice any subtleties, or what?
So like you don't know necessarily that more damage is being dealt. It's not even damage done by the piercing weapon or the rapier, the sword itself. You can tell that like how it's reacting to his body, like the water seems to be doing more and more damage with more mana.
Can I sense anything from him on the sword? Like, is it taking more mana to hold it up against his fire, or is it just normal?
Is it costing you more?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Like, in essence, am I having to put more and more energy in order to keep it up against his fire, or am I just normal to keep it going? Like, it's not affecting me at all.
I mean, it's normal to the like. Okay, there isn't any additional MP drain besides the normal amount to increase it to the next level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I was asking. Okay. And then after I noticed that, I kind of stop and I stop. I stop trying to skewer Donnie or Gale. God damn it.
Like, I'm a Donnie at heart.
By the way, Gail, remembering back to last session, you would have been at full health.
Right now?
You would have been when he started this round. Because you guys were doing the same elements and you were absorbing all the elemental damage there.
Oh, I was. Okay, so I took
Yeah.
54 off of my total.
That actually brings me to my next comment. After I skewer him and he makes me stop, I go, okay, so tell me what you're feeling. And as he's kind of explaining how the water affects him, I take out my fire blade and I don't poke him with it. I just kind of lay it on his shoulder, radiating the heat to match his.
No face. My greatest finding of all this, it's super effective.
Yep.
That really hurt. Fire
Good
does
to know.
not help at all against water. There's no
Good.
benefit whatsoever to using this element against that one.
So pretty basic, most game mechanics, I say out loud. Most game mechanics, opposites work. So the blade acts essentially like I'm just casting a water spell. And I'm kind of rambling off like magical doodads I would as a player talking to my own game or talking to another player about my game.
These adventures and their game mechanics. Not like me doesn't have any business with that.
After a little bit with the fire sword on his shoulder, I kind of back up and I go, okay, switch to water. Time to get back to stabbing.
All right. How about I do the punching this time?
I don't have a fire shield. I have a fire blade.
Oh, you just plan on using me as a punching bag the whole 2 hours that we have left, huh?
Yes. I say completely blank faced.
You never
stare
tried to
at him
turn
for, like-
into a shield.
I know. And I just thought about that literally just now, but at this point in time, that's not something No Face would think of.
But you're having so much fun stabbing Gale.
I will say that if you're matching the radiancy of Gale, it's going to take an extra like 5 minutes or so to fully heal him back up so that he's ready for you to
Sure.
start poking him again.
Well, we've got time, so I go for it. I heal him up with the fire blade.
You said 5 minutes?
Probably like
Mhm.
5 minutes. Yeah, why not?
That's
See,
enough
I-
time to
Which would make it into essentially a 15 minutes for the opposite elements if I heal you after each one.
I mean, essentially, that's 30 turns. Is it not? No,
It sounds fair to
Yeah,
me.
something like that.
50 turns. He
The
could roll.
idea of you in battle using an elemental hammer to heal Gale is just delightful.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of thinking about that now.
Starting to see it.
Like
You run
legit
up
just hitting
behind
him in the
him,
face
just-
with my big rock hammer.
Like I'm just imagining an enemy is like just pummeling me to death, and he sees you run across the battlefield expecting you to strike him, and you just fucking smack me in the face with a hammer. The enemy's just looking super confused. I'm just like, oh, thanks.
Just like, all right, I'm ready.
Yep.
Oh,
All right.
that's awesome. Okay, anyway, so switch to water, and we'll do the same thing with the fire blade, I say.
All right. I switched everything over to water, fist and skin. I just said that's a nifty trick. I don't feel so bad about partaking in this this little circus. Let's continue.
We do so. Essentially, with my flame blade, I've been going more slashing instead of piercing. This isn't going to be a sign of my combat. It's just how I think it's best to test the elements. Piercing for water, slashing for fire, and blunt for earth. So it's kind of more like a saber than my rapier. And instead of going for the joints, I'm more going for like his arms and his shins, since it's a slashing blow.
You do you, boo.
And I'm just explaining.
Yeah.
And in essence, Gnome Face does still really want to be a magic swordsman. That's like his goal. So practicing sword styles is fun for him.
All right. I try to block with my elbows and shins. It's probably pretty
And
easy to
since
hit
this
them.
isn't a rapier, it's more a regular blade, so it'll be my strength modifier. So +5 instead of +10.
The rolls are the same as before.
Okay. I did. 10d4. I got, or 10d6, sorry. I got a 10, a 9, a 7, an 11, a 10, an 11, 11, 6, 8, and 7. Ultimately, 95 base damage.
Is that the physical plus the water? Or I mean plus the fire?
No, this is just physical.
If you make it through all 10 hits, that's how much you'll be taking of your physical damage.
And then
You're not
Okay,
gonna
so
make it.
was-
You're gonna tap out before then. Don't worry.
2d4.
Maybe. Okay, if he keeps rolling like that, then you will.
Or 2d6. Damn, that's nice. Or 4d4. 4d6. Not period. / 64. And that's it.
All right.
So for internet land people, I got, for my 2d4, I got an 8. 2d6, I got a 3. 44, I got a 12. 46, I got a 14. And 64, I got a 14. It's really nice when people just stand there and let me punch them in the face.
So yeah, that helps. Initially, it's 10 plus 9, so 19 damage plus 4 damage.
4. All right.
Plus
23.
that was 4 fire damage. Right? Water damage, fire.
Yeah, he's using fire against my water, right?
Yes. And then 10 plus 8, so 18 plus 2 fire damage.
All right. We're
Yeah.
sitting at 43 damage taken.
And then 10 plus 11. So 21 plus 6 fire damage.
Okay. 27. All right.
How you feeling?
I've taken 43. About 60 damage. Oh, about 70 damage total.
That's about half your health.
Yeah, after that healing, I definitely don't feel as bad after that volley I took earlier. Definitely didn't hurt as much as last round, even though I just base tanked all these hits.
All right, we'll go on. 10 plus 7, so 17 slashing, and then 7 fire damage.
Okay, 14. I'm still over 50 health.
Wait, 14.
How much damage did you say I took?
7 fire.
7 fire. How much physical?
17 slashing.
Oh, 17 plus 7. 24. Okay, yeah. Now I'm basically under 50 again. I'm like, hey, calling it there.
Whoa.
Hey, yo, pop the brakes.
Okay, when he calls it, I stop again and I switch over to my water blade, put it on his shoulder, just like I did with the fire. I asked him, I was like, so your water didn't overpower my fire, but my water overpowered your fire. Kind of cock an eyebrow at him. I go, are you sure you're just not shit at elements?
I never claimed to be a wizard, Gnome Face. It's a useful tool in my trick of the trade as a knight, or tools of the trade of a knight. I primarily fight with these, and I put up my fists.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. I kind of shrug. After my dream and everything, I'm a little less mischievous and more ponderous right now. Just because, those old ladies really ripped into me. So I kind of shrug at him. And then sorry, I'm doing shit on my bit. Yeah, sorry. I kind of just shrug at him, and I keep healing him up, and I think about maybe it's attack versus defense. That's really the difference here. If I were to take, a hit against my elemental blade that was opposite, would it affect it? And that kind of gets my mind rolling, and I stand back up, and I grab my water sword, or my fire sword, before he's fully healed, and I hold it in front of me, just like the flat of the blade, and I go, punch my sword.
Punch your sword.
Yes, punch my sword. That's what you said you're good at. Punching shit, so punch.
Okay, I'll play along. This is your little experiment, but where should I hit? The tip? The edge?
The flat of the blade.
He's holding it like this, flat.
All right, very well. I cock back a fist and I strike. Just one solid hit. That's all he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And your water.
Waiting on the DM to tell me what happens.
Well, He's punching the sword, not you.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to think.
Mhm.
Your fists are the water ones, right? Then, Gale.
Oh yeah, my fists are water right now. Would this be like a disarm maneuver? Like, I have no idea what you're gonna do with this.
So your water, he's fire. Okay. Roll. You're not rolling damage because you're not actually hitting him. You're hitting the sword. Actually, roll d4. Like I'm assuming you're hitting him twice, or like doing a double punch. So roll 2d4 for bludgeoning damage.
No
I'm thinking.
mods.
I'm thinking more of like shock damage, and then roll 2d4 because your water would have flown through and hit him. So
There we go. The base damage for my first 2 strikes. Not adding anything, just me double tapping the blade, 5 damage. And then the water damage, 6.
So in role playing wise, Gnome Face, you're standing there blocking with the flat part of your shield or your sword.
Mhm.
Gale punches you. You take like resistive damage or whatever, like percussive damage kind of, because he's hitting the
Mhm.
blade. But then when he's punching,
Mhm.
like water's splashing at you, doing elemental damage.
Dad, can I get something to eat?
And I got a
Keep
lollipop.
going. I'm a
And then also as a roleplay wise, without adding with just before you add more mana into the flame, the flame blade kind of like pitters out a little bit. Kind of like when you throw a cup of water on like a campfire. It like kind of like piddles out a little bit, like, and then sparks back up once all the water's evaporated.
Donut.
okay. Well, that's definitely interesting. Gives me some more results.
Uh-huh.
So I say, okay. And I take my water blade out and I tell him to. I kind of gesture for him to sit his bulky ass down.
Wait, are those quick dick cinnamon
Yes.
rolls?
Dad, what are these?
Yes, with peanuts on them.
What are these?
I missed
What are
those.
these?
That's a walnut. Oh, put us on the bed. Put this on the bed.
Yes, but that's what happens.
Well, I sit down.
I put my water blade on his shoulder to finish healing him. And again, I start kind of muttering out mechanics aloud, and I go, okay, so this world offense seems to beat out defense right now. I imagine if I pumped enough mana into the flame, it might counter the water, but would the expense be enough to blah, 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 as he heals?
I'm just sitting here scratching my head like,
Blah, 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 nothing.
not all adventures are this warped. Right?
I kind of smile at him, and I go, I'm the subtle one.
Oh, God. I hope not.
Call me Sunny,
For my sake.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that happens.
I, after he's done healing, I back up and I grab the earth blade and I turn it into a hammer. And I go, you ready to get pounded? And I kind of like waggle my eyebrows at him.
Yes, let's do this. Take a deep inhale. This is gonna hurt.
What are you turning into?
A hammer.
No, what's he turning into?
Air.
This is
Oh.
gonna be interesting.
So wind and thunder.
I guess.
Yeah, so your arms kind of like look like miniature tornadoes, essentially.
Holy cow! I never tried this one. How
Which
physical are they?
see, they're not affecting you at all. Like you're just sitting there and it just looks like your skin is just like rotating at a speed that you've only seen similar to like tornadoes.
I do the same with the rest of my body.
Well, I mean, it kind of moves its way up your body and across or whatever. So like, yeah, that's essentially what happens.
The winds of Brockheart even blow here. Yes, this is interesting. Bring it on, No Face. Show me what you've got.
So after he's done admiring himself, I kind of just take the hammer to the side of his head for my opening move. I take the hammer to the side of his head, and then I just kind of like again focus on elbows, guts. This is a blunt weapon, so going for the most effective use of it and swinging away.
So same as last time, you're fully healed. He rolls 10d20s and then
10d6.
oh yeah, 10d6. But then we start calculating based upon his half of his elemental damage and go from there. So for your first group, it's 10 plus 7 bludgeoning, so 17 plus 3 earth damage. And then it's 10 plus 9, so 19 bludgeoning and 2 earth damage. Then 16 bludgeoning and 7 earth damage. How are you feeling?
Okay, we're gonna have to do the blow by blow because not really understanding all these rules. The physical, I understand. He's got the 10d6 plus 5. He's doing a d4, a d6, a 44, a 46, a 64.
All right.
That's as I put more mana into my weapon.
Yeah,
Oh,
all those extra ones are just that's all elemental damage. But so
okay.
basically you have 17 bludgeoning, 3 earth.
All right. Not bad.
19 bludgeoning, 2 earth.
All right. I can keep going.
16 bludgeoning. Which one am I looking at? 7 earth.
It's... Okay. One more.
18 bludgeoning. 8 earth.
Okay, I gotta stop you there, Gnome Face.
Okay, I stop.
Good.
I don't
That
have an air
last one
blade, so I
was a
can't heal you
doozy.
this time, I say.
Hmm?
I said I don't have an air blade, so I can't heal you this time.
Wait. Okay. You don't have an air blade?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, so you're saying you can't use an element that I, a humble knight, can use? Oh, great and mighty adventurer. This
You're gonna want to
surprised?
Yes.
turn into stone before he hits you with that thing.
No, I just say yeah. I mean, I could always blow you up with fireballs again, but this is practice with my weapons. not my magic. You know, we could go back to the duel arena and see how that see how that turns out again.
Hold up. I do have a pretty cool RP aspect of it. After the last hit, or when he called it, he sees that you're like still focused and you go to swing. He transforms into Earth real quick, and then he absorbs your last two since you were almost there, which is
Oh, okay.
22 plus 12. So you gain 34 HP back.
I gain the physical damage taken along with the elemental damage taken.
Oh
If
shit, no.
it
Sorry,
resonates with
12.
my element.
You would take 12. You'd regain 12, but you'd only take 34. No. You take 22 physical bludgeoning damage, but you gain 12 back.
I'll take it. You know, that's technically better to match an element in a fight than to pick a superior element. Instead of resisting it, I can just recover health from it.
Apparently, I said, well, kind of looking at my weapon, and
Depends.
but then you can't do any damage to the person you're fighting. I comment offhandedly as I rebuckle my Earthblade on.
Not quite true. I can modify my body independently of my fists. My armor and my weapons are two different tools.
I go, well, turn your body into water and your fist into fire and see how they react at the elbow.
No.
Rocket fists.
No, this actually sounds really interesting. I'm curious how this is going to work.
Rocket fists would be fucking awesome.
What was that, Ultraman? What was that show that from Japan?
Well, the Ultraman
Astro
is one
Boy.
of them.
Astro Boy had rocket fists too.
Yep.
Either way, rules.
Body of fire and fists of water,
It just
or
sounds
vice versa.
it is legitimately rocket.
Oh wait, what
Except for
about
his body doesn't actually turn into water, so wouldn't that just rip his bones out of his arms?
Only one way to find out.
how much of my body is water?
Sorry, Jeremiah. Maybe my fault that Gale did not return back to Brockheart.
In his defense, he thought it would be cool.
It was really cool until the blood started splurting. Then it was less cool.
His last words were, "Hey, check this out."
Hey, hold my beer.
Essentially, yeah. So.
Okay. I'm not going to try that little trick.
Oh, are you scared now?
Now I am. I'm absolutely terrified.
He can stab you to health. It'll be fine.
Oh, my arms are gone. Gnome face. Quick, do that
Stab me
thing.
in the eye.
I mean, if he inserts the rapier through your hand and into your arm bones, that'll sort of maybe cauterize it
A
from the
suture?
inside. I don't- Yeah.
Yeah, sounds legit.
This brings up multiple questions. Would I get my arms back?
Worst thing that can happen is just body horror.
True. This could stop being an adventure campaign real quick. It'd be like The Thing, but with elements.
Yeah, your body just rejecting itself on the elemental level.
Just becomes some sort of like weird, horrifying, reluctant golem that's slowly dying while transforming to an unstable mass of elements.
The tie-dye golem, yes.
Love it.
Normal, Jesus.
All right, so if you don't do that, well, I think that's the end of your time, right?
Yeah, essentially.
All right.
Yeah.
So, while everything's going on, it's pretty quiet in the mountainside. You know, the knight's just off doing his own thing, talking to water elemental, who's not talking back. And now it's time to wake up to the next set of volunteers.
When Gail goes to wake up the next set of volunteers, I actually do retire to the caravan. But being as I slept through the entire raid, I kind of go into a state of meditation instead of a state of sleep. And this time, it's not about my blades. It's more about, the mana in my body. Um, these, especially that one with the aura, really tempted me, and I want to learn, more mana control, more ability to handle my magic. I want her cool aura. So I kind of just, spend the night reflecting on the magic inside me and how I can turn it into the ultimate weapon.
Okay. You do that. You sit there and you're meditating. You gain back some MP, and you're just reflecting upon what you experienced in the trance while you're asleep, and then what you just learned while experimenting with Gale. All that's flying through you as the man is flowing through you.
Mhm.
But who are you waking up, Gale?
Next up is Bruce and a knight. Sven should be taking up the rear with Bartholomew.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you guys go to bed. And it's to Bruce and a knight
Night number 2.
Night number 2. They're awake. They're talking. Bruce is just telling the knight stories, and I don't know, they're shooting the shit back and forth. Kind of like going through each of their adventures so far. And yeah, time flies, and next thing they know, they're like, "Oh shit, we probably should wake up the next person." And then they go and they wake up Sven and Bartholomew, right?
Yep.
All right. So they do that. No, face. Are you still meditating, or are you sleeping now?
I kind of pass out in the middle of my meditation.
All right. So you pass out now. Yeah. Sven wakes up, and he heads on out. Bartholomew joins him, and you guys are just chilling. What would you like to do? You could sit and just chat.
I mean,
You could practice stuff.
I'm gonna start with poking the smoldering pile of troll corpse and see if it's still, ash.
Oh, you want to pick up a little pet again, huh?
I'm not looking to adopt another troll lump. I'm just making sure they're gone.
So I don't believe you guys lit these ones on fire in the same way that you did the first group.
No, we just used killing blows of fire. We didn't confirm any kills, I don't think.
Didn't set them on fire yet. Okay, so I'm gonna start a fire.
Okay.
Just having one in your pocket for a few days makes you a little
That's fair.
cautious.
Yeah, so you guys lump them on a pile, set them on fire on the way to Akasai. On the way back, by the way, Man Bear, you were writing the description for a couple of the episodes and you misspelled Akasai. Way to go.
Yep.
I fixed it already. Well, one of them already.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyways,
Well, it's the berry they throw in smoothies, right? Oh, that's acai.
yeah. Something like that. Akai, whatever they call it, however they pronounce it.
AKH?
No, ACAI.
Oh.
The berry, at least. Or then, yeah. The seed. I don't know what it is. Anywho,
It's a berry.
Yeah, so the trolls have just been like laying on the ground, and like you woke up, you're out there, you're like, are they still there? They haven't moved. Well, you start a fire, and then I'd say you convince Bartholomew to help you, and you guys pick up and like drag over.
I don't think it would take much convincing, to be honest.
Well, I mean, however much it took, but yeah, you
I don't know how they reproduce. They might bud like spores. In order to keep that from happening, just toss them in a fire.
We should probably make sure they're dead. Nah, we beat the shit out of them. It's all good, Sven.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I'll try to put it wherever the entrance isn't, so that the light doesn't disturb people trying to sleep.
That's fair.
Hopefully downwind, so they're not woken up by the acrid stench of burning troll corpse.
You're a little around the corner, and yeah, you test out. You throw a couple strands of grass in the air. You're like, yeah, this is downwind enough. And you and Bartholomew pick up each troll and plop it on the fire. Kind of curl up into maybe a little balls to make sure it gets burnt all the way. And yeah, that's what you do.
Just carry out our grim task.
You finish in time to go sit up next to the enclosure as the sun starts peeking up over the mountain range, and it's looking
Before
like
the sun comes up, can I
go ahead.
use this opportunity to look for eye shine? If there's anything watching with like that reflective membrane at the back of the eye, if I just have my back to the fire, I should be able to see 2 dots if there's any more orphans out there pissed off that we killed their parents.
Roll d20.
Oh, okay.
Angsty
Way to make him
troll-
put us into a battle.
angsty teenage trolls.
I mean, that's what happened last time. You don't just wake up one day and decide to be a barbarian. They're trying to avenge their parents. Is that plus perception?
Sure.
Or just a flat d20? Wow. Cool.
Okay, so
And-
yeah, as the fire is going, you're looking around and you don't see anything, but then you see these two little dots that are really close together, and they're right behind a little, like a kind of like a little boulder, a boulder about the size of your head, and they're kind of sitting like out near the ground, right behind there.
Beauty.
Oh, I'm gonna take a shot.
Well,
Best
I
case
mean,
scenario, it's a baby troll. Worst case, it's like a rabbit.
can I throw this out here? Bartholomew
Hey.
could also roll.
You should go take your shower.
perception, just to
Because
aid.
it's super late and you haven't taken your shower yet.
We don't have to take.
Go take your shower.
Would that be
Fine.
Yes,
okay?
let's go.
I'll say sure, as if like
Put my phone down.
Sven is like perusing
No,
the
I
area,
can
and,
reach it down there.
and then he
Yeah,
like
I'm imagining
pauses
just-
to look at something.
You're a jerk, and my blanket doesn't go in the bathroom.
Okay. He's
Give me
probably
my
just
phone.
confused as to what Sven's looking for.
Just a
So-
general air of paranoia is what I'm
Yeah,
expecting.
like Sven is looking around and he pauses and kind of like looks at something, and then Bartholomew's like, "What are you looking at?" And like curls around and tries to get a view. Yeah, go for it.
I did. He got a
Thank
six.
you.
That's a 16 to hit with my short bow.
Oh,
You
the
killed
the
your
si-
goat.
No, the 6 is Bartholomew's perception. Is that what that is?
Yep.
Yeah, Bartholomew just sees 2 dots. Yeah, he's right. He's right with Sven. Sven, you hit real damage.
Okay. 7 points of piercing damage.
Whatever was there, like, it's still, the eyes are still there, but like they moved and they're like sideways, so it looks like whatever you hit is
Heals
now
over.
laying down.
I'm gonna head over to it, and if it looks troll-like, I'm gonna throw it in the fire.
You
I will
walk
throw this infant troll in the fire.
you walk over there and you see what's, I mean, the equivalent of like rabbit.
Well, I turn to Bartholomew. Well, I found us some breakfast.
Well, thanks. I definitely had your back up here, bro. I'm glad it's not a troll.
I mean,
Totally would have kicked its ass.
your option to cook it is the campfire that you have the troll sitting on. Or maybe I'll just make a new campfire.
I mean, we can simmer it or like rotisserie the thing nearby.
Have you,
It doesn't
Dad?
have to be directly
too, bud.
over the heinous troll.
You get a pair of these and a pair of
fumes.
pants?
Yeah, so that's what you end up doing. You end up picking it up, skinning
Skin
it.
it, got it.
Yeah, do all the good stuff. Put the and you and I'd say it's by the time it's done, you and Bartholomew are sitting there, and that's when the sun is rising. And you guys are admiring the
Love you too.
wonderful sunrise at the like,
Probably not.
top of the mountains, and you're
So
just
don't
sitting
forget
there,
your
just
towel.
gnawing on this this rotisserie rabbit as the sun comes up, and yeah, that's how that goes. Whatever you guys were talking about before and after is up to you, but that's about the time when it gets done.
Nice.
Conveniently.
All right.
Richard, stop.
So
Go
everybody
take your
wakes
shower.
up like normal?
Love you.
Yeah,
Love you
I
too.
mean, he
You.
he
You get to wake up.
Love you. Go on.
the two of them
I'm
either
putting
wake
your
everyone
belly with
else up, or they the two of them wake everyone else up, or you guys wake up naturally by yourself. But yeah, it's like 7, 8 o'clock when everyone else wakes up.
I'll get coffee ready for everyone. Why not?
There you go.
Say again?
Getting coffee ready for everybody.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Got
everyone
somebody.
everyone wakes up and it's bright and early in the morning, and you guys, whoever is not or whoever was sleeping and not on guard, wakes up, walks out of the little enclosure, and gets nice wafty air of troll flesh or singed troll flesh.
We didn't
I
burn
tried.
those last night, did we?
Here we did. That's just burning right now. Want some coffee?
Yes. And thanks.
Sure thing.
Oh, nothing happened during the night for anybody, huh?
Nope. Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Well, all the same, I think it's.
Throw the rabbit bones on the fire. Not a thing.
I see the rabbit bones. I'm just like, I'm not going to question what these adventurers get up to.
Eating?
Oh, I was thinking more hunting wild animals for random experience or something. Sounds like an
I
adventure.
would say that
I
you
mean, if it was
actually.
just for the XP, there'd be more than bones left behind, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I would say in all actuality. Well, I mean, he kept the foot, honestly. So you can
For
add
sure.
two rabbit foot in your inventory.
Oh, I can hang my bow like a cell phone charm. That'd be great.
But yeah. Anyways, you would only see the rabbit bones if you went to the fire, and they still would be pretty charred. So meta-wise, you probably don't realize that they killed rabbits. But you guys
Oh,
wake up
same.
nonetheless, and everyone is up and ready to head on out.
Well, before we go back to Quodeth, let's just take a little walk around, look for troll tracks. Let's try and see if we can pinpoint where they came from, if they have a new home. This was our mission, and apparently we missed some.
Do you want us to go scouring these mountains again?
Not the entire mountain, just the area around here. This is where everybody's been getting ambushed, ourselves included. The attacks seem pretty isolated to this particular area from our information, and if it's bigger than this, it's really not something that we can combat ourselves. So let's just see if there's a location we can pinpoint from here.
Just picturing our disappointment as we follow tracks only to find a Yeti instead of a troll. It's like, aw.
This isn't what we came here to fight.
All right, everyone roll d20 if you're all searching.
Oh, I shouldn't have said Yeti.
That's plus wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Well, I roll modifiability wisdom because this is kind of important.
No, you don't.
23.
Gnome Face, are you helping out or no? Now I know you ain't sleeping this time.
What? Sorry.
Are you rolling to look for the trolls, or are you just hanging out?
I'm zoning out. That's what I'm doing. Okay, give me a second. 2d20 perception.
Yes.
Me wisdom is. What's me wisdom? What's that? 21 and a 16.
Why two?
I don't know, because Donnie rolled 2.
I
Well-
rolled 2 for the 2 nights.
Well then a 21.
Yeah, so you guys are a unit force or whatever. So going through and working off of each other, you deduct that the most recent troll tracks are the ones that from the trolls attacking, like headed to attack you guys at this clearing. The ones, and you can trace those back all the way to that they came from. I mean, yeah. Essentially, you trace them back to that they came from the troll cave that you found them in, and or that you cleared out beforehand. And then from there, they all just get mumbled jumbled between everything else. But you can tell that the trolls that attacked you literally like went to the caves and then ended up directly attacking you after that. And there are no other recent troll marks in the nearby area.
So forensic evidence dictates that those were the last of them, and they threw out their last forces in a last-ditch effort to avenge their fallen brothers.
Or they were pissed and wanted to kill you.
Either way, I'm satisfied with this result.
Okay.
Yes. Excellent work, everybody. Excellent sleuthing. I think I can safely say that we're ready to go back to Quodeth, and that this pass should be safe for other people to travel around.
Sounds good.
You report that to Colton, and he sounds very happy to hear that and agrees with you. And then you guys get ready to head on back. You guys spent like half the day doing this, so you're gonna actually get back to town really late.
You gotta make sure.
Yeah.
Especially with trolls, you know?
Yeah, because trolls are very cunning.
It's a sneaky bunch.
They can be, depending on the genre.
No, they're just durable.
No, because you've got bridge trolls, you've got shadow trolls. Depends on the genre. Some trolls can be very conniving.
Some trolls can be straight up kaijus if you're talking about like ones from movies.
True enough.
I'm talking about trolls in the D&D manual, monster manual.
Okay, those are all idiots.
Yeah.
That's the point. All right, yeah, so you guys end up heading your way back through the mountains, and you start headed down the hill, making your way back to Quodeth. You guys spend half the day, and then you get pretty much out of the mountain range, and then it's another half day travel. Well, not half day. I mean like 4 hours. Or like 6 hours, sorry. 4 to 6 hours, and you start making like from the edge of the mountains to Quodeth. You guys make your way, and at the end, you guys pass the one spot where you guys were. Gil had you put on display of your abilities with the skeletons that keep popping up. And then you make your way back, and you get to the entrance of Quodeth.
Oh.
Now,
We're
which
back, fellas.
map was that?
Sweet.
That one.
Oh, it's so strange to be back.
Yeah, back yet. Now you might be back.
Wow, this is so strange to be back.
That looks familiar.
We were only gone for like 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, I tried 6.
Yeah, it's closer to a week. It took us what, 3 days just to get over there?
It was a bit of a trek.
Yeah, with the battles and stuff, it's straight through. It's a 2-day travel. No, it's a 3-day travel. Did you guys spend an extra day there fighting and then going back or something? However that was, but like it's a 3-day travel. You travel to the plateau, you travel to the observation point, and then you travel to the city. So 3-day there, 3-day back, plus 2 days there. Yeah, you guys were gone for like 8 days,
Okay.
plus a lot of battles. But yeah, you guys make your way back to Quodeth in the middle of the night. There is a Bruce and Bartholomew suggest that you guys probably should just check into a hotel of nature's, because of how late it is. The
A
knights
sensible suggestion.
tend to agree with them.
I remember the hotel I was staying at is by number 12. So I go, okay, guys, see you in the morning when we gather up to get our rewards. And I kind of just start meandering that way.
Were me and the knights staying at the same place, or was there more official lodgings for people like us?
On the map, you were in the temple quarter. There, you were set up by the kingdom of, well, by Quodeth, the city people in charge in Quodeth. But that's because they were helping out the kingdom of Brockheart. So you're in the temple quarter. Gnomeface in Old Quodeth. Gail, yours is, you're not paying for yours. Gnomeface, you, when Colton follows you and is like, hey, because we arrived so late, like, it's on us. I'll walk with you and cover for the night. So when they get there, he ends up like being, you get your room. He's like, here, put it on this tab, and he hands him, pretty much flashes the city gold credit card or black credit card, calls it a day.
The bat card.
The black Amex, you know. Yeah, so he does that. Same with Bruce, who's there as well, and I'm pretty sure Bartholomew. They're all in that area, so he goes with all of you guys. All those ones, covers the night. Gale and the Knights go to the temple quarter, stay in the same place that they were staying at before they left beforehand. And Sven, what are you doing?
I'm looking for a place that has goat-friendly lodgings, because I remember I couldn't find that last time I was here.
I don't think you couldn't. I think you just chose not to, if I remember correctly. You're like,
I mean,
I'll
it was the
sleep
first
outside.
place I could find, but, I'm just going to see some place that has goat-friendly lodgings, if such a place exists.
Colton goes to, he's like, well, if it's the same place as you're sleeping, it might be hard, but if you want to leave Wilhelm in one of the stables, then it's more likely that he can get the premium treatment type of thing.
Odd day for Wilhelm. How's that sound, bud?
Wilhelm
Turn to
looks ecstatic.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah. Let's see to it that he gets pampered.
So you guys go, or you end up dropping him off with the palace equestrians.
Just a collection of the finest horses you've ever seen and some random goat.
I mean, if Colton says that happens, it happens. So he goes, you drop him off there,
Fantastic.
and then he walks with you to the wherever that you are, and wherever you stay, probably at the same place that Bruce and Gnomeface are, and pays for your room and heads on to his own abode. So That's because you guys arrived at like midnight. So then you guys wake up whenever you wake up, and you guys can head to the palace in whatever order you wish to choose.
I have no further business with any of the ventures. They just got to turn in their reward, so I don't need to meet up with anybody, right?
At this
We agreed to
point,
go to Brockheart.
well, before that, in terms of the quest, you're back to Quodeth. You have no ties with anybody else who was in the quest because you brought them back. They escorted you back, so all they have to do is hand in the token at the king or at the palace, and they get the reward.
That's what I figured.
Personal duties with like Gnome Face, that's a different story. But you do need to report back to Lord Zahn regardless.
Yeah. I didn't. We didn't talk about a meeting place. Me and Gnome Face. Oh, give me a second.
1001.
I got to take this phone call. Gnome Face, do you want to role play where you and me are meeting real quick?
Sure.
Set that up. I got to take this call.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I assume that he would head there directly in the morning, and that
I'm figuring I'm heading to the palace to collect my reward in the morning, and I'd meet him there.
yeah. So for my assumption, he gets up super early with the knights. They would head there right away in the morning. Everyone else would probably get up, head to the palace, collect their reward, and then head on out. But
Mhm.
with Gale talking with Zahn and everything, he'd still be there well through while everyone else is there. So if you arrived, you probably could be like ask the person, "Hey," or the secretary, "Hey, is Gale still here?" And then you're like, "Oh yeah, they're talking." Like if you wait, you can catch him on his way out, type of thing.
Mhm.
However, you guys want to do that. Sven, I'd assume you leave Wilhelm there for a little extra time so you can get the full spa treatment before you head on out for the rest of the day.
I'll stroll by to check up on him, and when I see he's got the cucumbers on his eyes and there's shiatsu massage going on, I'm like, okay, that's he's living the life. I'll go on to the palace.
Yeah, so we'll say that Gale is talking to Zahn. Who wants to go first? Or you guys arrive at the same time? Because you guys are meeting not necessarily with Zahn, but
I'd fine with going, I guess.
all right. You arrive at the palace. You woke up and you got there. You're kind of early because you have assumptions to meet Gale there. And yeah, you
Mhm.
arrive at the palace and talk to the secretary. Explain who you are and what your purpose is, and she's like, "Oh yes," and she sends you down to the same room that the same area corridor that you were in before. Um, the no one else is there yet, but the door is closed, so you're sitting there
Okay.
waiting for a minute. As you're waiting there, Bruce kind of shows up, sits down next to you. He's like, "Oh shit, I should have woke up a little sooner. I could have walked here with you."
Sorry about that, fellas.
No, you're
Okay.
not.
Well, as you guys are chatting, the door opens and it's the financial guy chit-chatting with Bartholomew and escorts him out and then calls you in. And it's pretty much a quick meeting of like, "Hey, here's my token. This is what I request, like our bargaining agreement." And then the guy signing the papers to give you what you want. Um, which you wanted something. I forgot what you wanted. What'd you want?
Who?
Nope.
I think I got Stuff from my guild, right?
Oh yes, he hands you an envelope then. He had it all prepped and everything because he knows what you wanted. So he prepped it all.
Mhm.
Lord Zahn signed it because, yeah, you either were having supplies delivered to the guild, or it
I
was
think
like
it was
funding.
stuff for crafting.
Yeah, something like that. Um, y- yeah, it was like an enchanting store or something. It's going to send it over to you, but they're paying for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they hand you the envelope, and they're like, your payment's in here. When the person asks, like, set it, or we'll have it set up to be delivered. When the person asks, you hand them this, and it'll be taken care of.
Okay.
At that point, you're leaving the. He walks you out. You're leaving, and you see Bruce and Sven waiting there. Bruce goes in the office. They're chit chatting, and then after some time later, Bruce is done, and Sven gets called in. So the financial guy is talking like, "Hey, how was the experience? How did our quest go?"
It went well. It went well. Uh, Reasonably certain that the troll problem's been taken care of.
Oh, that's
Um,
excellent to hear.
yeah, all was well. We weren't bothered by anybody in Akusai. It all went well.
Now, what did you think of Akusai? I've been there twice, and every time I go there, I find a whole bunch of new stuff, and I can never get over the place.
I mean, it's it's fancy and all. I don't see why they can't build on the ground like normal people, but they seem to be happy with it. Floating up there just waiting to fall down. Not sure how comfortable I'd feel on or under those giant rocks, but yeah, to each their own.
Yeah, it's pretty miraculous, isn't it? The guy's kind of like off in his own like little world. And he kind of like snaps back to it. It's
Sure.
like, oh, okay, yeah. So, Sven, you have here, uh, as long as you hand in your token to know that
Yeah,
it's the actual you.
yeah,
What'd you
it's like a
request again?
coupon to the archery academy, right?
Did you want to go archery academy?
I believe that's what we agreed on.
I knew Tonya was
I said I'll buy it.
going to the archery academy. I didn't know if you were or not.
No.
I mean, it's one of my main things. I figured leveling that up would be pretty handy.
Hey, yeah. So you get the coupon for the archery academy that you can go in and do your time there. Um, and he says, "Well, thank you for help assisting with the Sir Gale, and the city of Quodeth is very much appreciative of your work."
Sure thing. Oh, next time you're in Akusai, there's this bakery you should check out. And I tell him about the one that Wilhelm and I stopped off at that had the ones out back, but it's like the fresher ones are typically better. So
It's oh yeah,
just give him that tip.
I'll have to go check it out. I love nice pastries.
Yeah.
You say that as he's walking you out, and then yeah. So in that time frame, Gnome Face would have been going out to the lobby. Gail is still talking to Zahn, and then that's when Bruce is in and out, and then you're in and out. So, Gail, I said that you and the Knights woke up the earliest and headed to the palace, and
Yep.
you met up with Lord Zahn.
Yep. Figured I was gonna do that.
So yeah, you walk in, talk with the secretary, like, oh yeah, Sir Gale reporting back. And she goes, "Oh yeah, we were expecting you. I'm pretty sure Lord Zahn is just getting in. Let me go check on him and see if he's ready." And then she goes back for a couple minutes as you guys are waiting. Comes back and like, "All right, Sir Gale, he is ready. Go on back." And she like leads you back there. And to
I
which
walked
you
in. I walked towards Zahn's quarters, his meeting room, office.
Yeah. So she guides you there and walks you in, and she goes she's like, "Hey, Lord Zahn, we have Gale and his two knights reporting back from their escort quest or from their quest to Oxine back."
Nope.
He
Lord
kind of
Zahn.
he looks up at you, he's like, "Hey, Sir Gale, welcome back. It's been a while."
Yeah.
I assume that's actually about as long as I expected you to be. So, wait a minute. Congratulations on making it back in time. That's always great to hear. Never nice when people get held up for a lot longer than they, thought.
Management of time is definitely an asset that we knights hold dearly.
But yeah, it's, hour by hour, that's a little different. But as long as the day that you get there is about the same, then that's what we're hoping for. I'm surprised. I thought you were gonna come back last night. Or did you get in super late?
There was a bit of an altercation we wanted to ensure, absolutely beyond a doubt, that the path was clear. We took a little bit of time doing that.
Understandable. I hear you. Good thinking. So you got in late last night then, right? Or did you just
Yep,
roll in this morning?
last night.
Excellent. So you had some time to sleep and you came to visit me this morning.
Yep.
So
Good and rested.
checking in all clear and done and the quest has all been finished. Am I right?
Perfectly.
Excellent. I appreciate the help and give my best to Jeremiah from Brockheart. Could not have done this without you. You guys are phenomenal. And tell him you guys are more than welcome anytime you come. We are more than happy to host, the great people of Brockheart.
This is excellent news. The bridge between Brockheart, Quodeth, and soon Akasai will be a long and wide one.
Excellent. He gets up and gives you an embrace as well as your knights.
Oh, okay.
So you guys didn't have necessarily an agreement of like payment because you're working. You were just helping them out. He
Yeah,
hands
there's nothing for us personally.
he hands you a letter to get back to Brockheart. And then before he leaves, he's like, "So, wait, how are you guys planning on heading back to Brockheart?"
Hold on, buddy.
Well, we took boats here, right? Ships. We're gonna go back the same way. By the
Ooh,
port.
that might not be possible.
Lord Zahn, what do you mean?
Yeah, there's been a lot of reports of missing people on the sea, and most of the transport companies and shipping companies in the sea have shut down. There's a whole bunch of military vessels out trying to figure out what's going on, but not a lot has been uh essentially that the if you're looking to travel across by the sea, it's not going to happen.
What other routes are there?
Well, you can go either northeast around the sea. It's quite a long travel. But it's on Earth. You have to. It's not the easiest. I think you come into. You'll eventually get to the east side of Yellow Seed if you follow the coastline. Or
Alright.
if you go west, I've heard of a new and upcoming transport company that they're using. I can't remember if it's Pegasi or hippogriffs or similar of those similar of those species to fly people across the sea. 'Cause it's more of a canal over there. Yeah, but the thing is you go opposite of the way to go around.
Very exotic. Either we could risk a long trek going along east, or try this experimental Hippogriff Pegasi wing transport service to the
I mean,
west.
traveling here by air worked for Gnomeface.
Yes, those are your two options. Yeah. I believe that you land just south of Tutorial Town.
Oriole Town. Oh yes, I'm familiar with that one. It's where the new adventures seem to arrive from.
But yeah, it's so in terms of geographic location, you have the main sea here, and then there's a canal that goes from that to the ocean to the west of here, and the aerial flight is just across that essentially natural canal.
Interesting. This peril at sea does sound like a matter that concerns both our kingdoms, but not one I'm prepared to address, so I will have to look for these other options.
Oh, don't get your hair in a bundle. I mean, it's not the first time, it won't be the last time. As much of a trading town as we are, we've made it through the last couple. It's just the natural population of the population of the natural species has not been maintained well enough, and they kind of run rampant until we have enough people who are brave enough to go toe to toe with them and
Wait.
take them
Let's
down.
backpedal a little bit. You said the sea was dangerous. You didn't mention anything about a species.
Yeah, the different types of organisms living in the ocean or the sea.
Sea monsters?
Most likely, that's what it usually is.
Who hunts sea monsters?
Not me, but some people have a death wish and some people don't succeed with it. We call them heroes.
Huh. Oh, sorry, Lord Son. I was just taken a bit back. Seems like a bit of a tall tale, but apparently this is a very real thing with real people involved with it.
Very much so, yes.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for the advice. I'll try to make my way back safely to King Albert and Prince Jeremiah and inform them that all is going well over here.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. And once again, I appreciate your help nonetheless, beyond belief, however you say that metaphor. Make sure you deliver my letter with the most sincere regards, and whichever way you choose, wish the best of luck.
All right. Well, that's many thanks, Lord Zahn.
Gnome Face, why
In my
does your camera keep moving and moving over to the wall?
Oh,
Probably because I accidentally moved my foot, pulled a cord, and my whole little wall-mounted system kind of shook. So it's settling, I imagine.
just keeps shifting
And
and
I'm
shifting over.
kind of afraid to move because
I mean, it looked
I
unstable
don't want
when
to
it
break
happened.
something. Yeah.
You should go check out the replay. It was violent.
I almost
I'll
pooped
check
my
it with
pants, not gonna lie.
I'll check it out while I'm editing. It'll be on YouTube in a week,
So,
guys. Go check it out.
don't worry too much. I'll fix it after we're done. But yeah, I'm afraid to move right now.
So just double
Fair.
checking because I have terrible memory. Zahn gave me an envelope for Prince Jeremiah. Is that what he
Yes.
gave me?
So
right.
currently you're carrying 2 packages, one from the Sultans of Akasai and one from from Lord Zahn or Prince Jeremiah.
Okay. Just needed to double check, make sure it wasn't something else for someone else.
But yeah, after your conversation with Zahn, you head on back to whatchamacallit, the lobby, and you see Gnome Face, I assume, is waiting there for you because he wanted to discuss more stuff with you.
Ah, Gnome Face. Good to see you found me all right.
Ah, Gail. Yes, I did.
So you wanted to get back to Brockheart?
So yes, that's my goal.
And so I have some bad news for you.
And so I might stab you in the nuts.
Look, it's not me, all right? The sea is not safe, so if you're going to be traveling with me, it's not going to be across the sea.
What part of my story of getting thrown across the flippin' ocean by a kraken would lead you to believe that the sea is safe right now?
Thought it
I
was
think
a tall
he's
tale.
aware of that bit.
At first, I thought
No, I
maybe.
told him about it.
At first, I thought maybe it was a tall tale of adventure or an isolated instance. But no, Lord Zahn did reassure me this is a widespread problem that happens frequently on the sea right
You know what we need to do, right?
now. Go east or west.
Or get on a boat and go kill a kraken. I say with a very, very evil grin on my face.
You see, No Face, I did agree to help you get to Brockheart, but you're not the only one I have responsibilities to.
Already
Yeah,
is
you have
Donnie.
responsibilities to Brockheart. And how do you know this kraken isn't currently attacking Yellow Sea, which is a part of Brockheart?
How ready is Donnie to play 2 characters at once?
Hmm.
I mean, we'll see. I can manage. I think I could do it.
Sorry, continue.
Actually, as he starts kind of like thinking about it, I know I got him in a bit of a hole. I go, haha, just joking. We're not strong enough to kill that fucking thing yet.
Oh,
We should probably pick a direction and level up.
Okay, so the long route is to the east. By land, it'll be a direct trek all the way across, wrapping around the sea. The zanier route is to the west, where you might be able to hitch a ride with something called a hippogriff or a pegasus. I'm not sure which. Near Tutorial Town.
Oh, really? This is. Well, I haven't seen Big Tits McGee in a while. Why don't we head towards Tutorial Town?
I agree. It's just Zahn assured me that it was a viable option, so does seem much quicker than going across an entire continent. So let's try it. Oh, I did forget there was another adventurer who was
About
curious about Brockheart.
I would say when you guys are talking about, oh hey, maybe we should go take the air or go west and then take the air route. Sven finishes his conversation and makes his way back to the tunnel and sees you guys in the hallway or in the lobby, I should say.
Ah, Sven. I was just about to look for you. I remembered you were interested in Brockheart as well.
Yeah, the more I read from this pamphlet, the more interested I get.
It is a beautiful kingdom. Unfortunately, we won't be taking a ship there. I don't know
Well,
if
yeah,
you've
from
heard.
what Gnome Face told us, that sounds like a horrible idea.
The more I hear about it, the more I have to agree. So, we're thinking of taking air. Have you ever heard of something called a hippogriff?
It's like a
Sure, your
half
goat will love
horse,
it. I chime
half
in.
griffin, right?
Half what? Half griffin?
Half horse.
Honestly, don't know what it is to begin with. So I'll take that.
I mean, the hippo's Greek prefix meaning horse, like hippopotamus is river horse, only backwards.
Hmm.
I
Well,
know that.
no,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
being Gale.
The horse of the river, technically.
I'm
Sven,
being
I have
meta.
no earthly idea what a hippogriff is.
Oh, yeah, I was role played this whole time.
Hippopotamus, it's in Latin, it's horse of the river, technically.
Oh, it's Latin?
Well, I
okay.
say normally
mistake.
how you divide it like that is a hippogriff. So instead of like river horse, it's horse of the river. I don't actually know what its actual name is, if it's Latin or not. But
Alternatively, aside from this horse griffin,
in game
there's
wise,
a pig. There is another flight option called a Pegasus. So, to the west we're going. A place called Tutorial Town, or at least near it. I'm sure you're familiar.
meta wise,
To be honest with you, I don't. I mean, meta wise, yeah, but I'm going within character. Don't remember.
Yeah, he did eat some crazy shrooms. I doubt he would remember tutorial.
To make things easier, I'm going the amnesia route.
no,
In character,
So I'm traveling. I'm
in
traveling
character,
with two
I don't know what Brockheart
amnesiac
is. In
travel
character, I don't
players.
remember Tutorial Town. In character, I don't remember anything. I'm keeping it on the DL because I don't want people to take advantage of that, but I figure that's just going to make it easier all around.
You skipped the tutorial and you did nothing but side quests, skipping the main quest line entirely.
I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I have a goat friend.
He had to
That
go
you
to
like
Tutorial
eating random
Town,
plants.
and like he remembers the name, but like at this point it's just like, I'm just gonna say I don't remember it, and so like the name is familiar, you just don't remember what is there or what happened there. You've had a lot of consumed edibles since then.
Well,
edibles very loosely.
If that name rings any bells, we will be heading near there. Either way, there is a place near there that provides flight services through these incredible flying creatures. So, to the west we're going.
As long as they can fly low. Wilhelm has a thing with heights.
I mean, we're probably going to be flying over the sea. How high do you think a sea monster can jump out of water?
I thought we were flying over a canal.
Oh,
I mean,
was it just a canal?
They can jump as high as they need to, I guess.
It's pretty wide though.
High enough to get onto a boat.
It's a pretty wide canal. It's not like the Suez Canal. Like the canal, or the what I say it's canal, it's just a little like less width than the actual sea, but it's still pretty wide.
Wide enough for a sea monster to swim through.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whether they make it out the other end, that's up to the rest of it. But
all right, we'll see how low these Pegasi can fly. But sea
And I mean, if
monsters,
that's not an option, I've got some stuff I can feed to Wilhelm that'll calm him down a bit.
we may have to think about certain options when we get there, depending
And it'll calm him down a lot.
on.
Well, he seems to be getting used to it, so I don't know how effective it'll be.
All
You can
right.
give him a
well,
new dart.
Might have to up the dosage. Who knows?
Yeah, that
I-
never works.
my nightly pride forbids me from asking for said treatment, but the idea of sea monsters is a bit unnerving.
Yeah. If we need to Mr. T you onto one of these things and just like spike your milk, that's we'll do what we need to do.
Anyways, um, yes, to the west we'll go. I will try to fly over this canal, and hopefully nothing horrible happens.
So while you guys were, chatting, it was just Gale and Numpus at the time. Bruce walked out, said hi to you guys, and said, he said his salutations as he was heading on out. He did not wish to head to Brockheart yet. He had some other things planned. He was going to go east. I believe due to prior conversations, he told you, Gnome Face, that when he made it to Brockheart, he would check out your guild and apply pretty much.
Well, he didn't say he would apply, but he said he'd at least take a look.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, he's spent quality time with you. Like he knows what you are about and whatever. He's like, hey, if it's his guild, I'm more than willing to help, type of thing. I'm more than willing to be a part of something that good. And so then he told you, he's like, yeah, when I get there, I'll be there. I'll apply. Request to join, type of thing. And I'll call it B. And then he heads on out, and then Sven comes out, chats with you guys. And at this point, I think that's it, because Bartholomew was first. Yeah, so you guys are ready to head on out from the palace. Well, almost ready.
We gotta swing by and pick up Wilhelm.
That is very true.
This time I'll pull the cart because Wilhelm just got his hooves painted. And I wouldn't want to ruin the finish on that.
He doesn't go as far as hopping in, but you can tell he's very happy after that spa treatment of the day, or like the last 16 hours. And
Oh, for sure. And I'll throw the bedding back there so we can have a relaxing ride.
he does that for a little bit, and then he walks with you and goes back and takes a nap. But yeah, you guys are headed on out, and you guys are heading west, east, west.
It's west.
One
West
of the
is the way of the
directions.
waffles. No,
I always
waffles.
say never eat soggy waffles.
Same.
Well,
That's how I
always
remember
never
the-
eat shredded
the
worms.
compass.
I was looking at the picture here, and I'm like, wait, east, west. I'm like, oh yeah, they're flipped. This is north and south is flipped. Or it's rotated by 180. So yeah, you guys are headed out west. The only person who's familiar with this direction is Gnome Face, because he came from this
Oh,
direction.
I'm heading back towards the fishing village.
That's along the way. Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna leave it off here with the entire crew headed on to the west to make their way back to Brockheart. We have Gnome Face leading the way since he is semi-familiar. Granted, he got a lift all the way back.
Yeah, I rode in a caravan.
But he
Or,
knows he knows the way, and but he is headed on back to the fishing village with a couple of new characters along the way. Made a couple friends. It's 5 of them. Wait, with Wilhelm, 6 of them, and they're feeling pretty good. So join us next time to see what type of stuff they get into on the way.
6 of us.
You, the two, Gale, the 2 knights, you, Sven, and Wilhelm.
Oh, I forgot about Gale's Nights.
Yeah, so join us next time to see stuff they get or what they get into at the fishing village, and along the way until they hit the apparently new travel service of Hippogriff slash Pegasi. Hippogriff slash Pegasi to carry you across the canal.
Hippogriffus.
That's a little too much.
Pie?
Hippopie.
Pegasusopus.
Sven rolled a killer 12. I don't know what that was for.
Oh, I was just
Simple
trying to
justice.
decide what color Wilhelm's hooves got painted. Reddish orange.
All right. That works.
It's always best to
In
let
case you were
RNGs
curious.
decide for you.
I
Actually, sounds
am
really
very
nice.
happy about that.
I don't know what Wilhelm's into. I'm sure he chose it.
Have you guys? I don't know how many of you have watched Big Bang Theory, but have you ever seen the episode where Sheldon decides to let RNGs decide every action of his life?
I
For
absolutely
like 2
love
days.
that. I love that
It was
episode.
one of my favorite episodes.
He's like, and I might go to the bathroom. Rolls it. Oh, that's not what I want to see after my second milkshake.
Yeah.
It's a terrible idea.
I mean, you know that they play D&D on the regular, but yeah, he's like, I'm sick of making decisions for myself, and he literally carries around 2d20.
It wasn't that. It was he was freeing up his frontal lobe to
That's it.
decide on the bigger things and ponder physics, allowing RNGs to decide everyday life for him.
Oh,
So
no,
does he get weird with it and get crit fails?
No, he doesn't do crit fails, but like Orc was saying, there's one where he has to go to the bathroom and he rolls and he doesn't get to go to the bathroom, and he rolls to figure out what's for dinner, and he gets what he wants for dinner, but then he doesn't get what he wants for his drink. It's funny. It is
like
really funny.
2 lemonades he's like, that's not what I want to see after 2 lemonades and a milkshake. And
Yeah.
like he's like bursting, and you can see him like uncomfortably sitting there.
Freeing up that brain space.
Right at the end of the episode, he rolls, and before the guys can read the die, he picks it up and says, "I got what I wanted," and walks off. Eventually giving up on RNGs as deciding his life.
So take that to the bank, kids. Wait, they don't even say that. That's
not a thing no more.
Yeah. Well, take that and go watch that episode. I absolutely love Big Bang Theory myself. It's pretty great. But yeah, don't forget to
I like it.
Like, subscribe, rate, comment, and whatever I said beforehand. I lost my brain capacity right now.
You should trade it up by rolling dice.
Yeah, they're over there. But yeah, anyways, join us next time when we find. I already did this part. They're headed out to the new travel agency, and it's the 6 of them. So, any last words, Gail, as you're about to head on off to wherever you end up?
Before I say anything, Sven, anything interesting in that brochure there?
Yeah, actually. Right here it says that in the past 10 years there hasn't been a single issue with old people having trouble crossing the road.
I remember having a hand in that. That brochure is on point. And that is a Brockheart fact.
Everything in that brochure is just a sales pitch of what Gail has done in his career.
I will reiterate again. I know I said it at the beginning, but I want to say it now. I really want those of you who have been with us since the beginning, our listener in Germany, and we got a couple others in other states that I honestly can't remember. It's not that you're less important; it's just you're less exotic. Please comment on YouTube. Throw us a shout. Let us know what keeps bringing you back and anything we can do to improve or what we should keep going. Would love some feedback from you guys. You're basically our only fans.
Yep. Want to hear from you guys.
Can we set up a Instagram where we have Donnie take pictures of everything he draws and post it on Instagram.
We
Yeah,
were doing
but-
that through Discord.
Yeah, it's in Discord.
Yeah, but it's not the same as Instagram. Instagram gets out to more people.
Somebody wants to
Well.
set it up, they can. I don't have one of those.
I was gonna say, do you really trust Donnie to set up an Instagram account? He's got a brick for a laptop.
No, I trust him to just have it logged in on his phone, and he's like, "Hey, this is what I drew. Picture."
Yeah,
For
I
a
can
couple
see that. Yeah.
words, and then go. I don't have an Instagram myself. I don't know how that works. I'll get Kay to do it.
Okay.
So,
No,
anyways,
adios, folks.
talk to you all later, and join us next week. Bye.
You know.
Bye.